You're listening to this week's 40 Top Tunes in the 50 states on American Top 40. My name's Casey Kasem. Well, here's a song that allegedly cost more to produce than any other single record in pop music history. Where the average single might cost anywhere from $500 to $5,000 to produce, this golden oldie is supposed to have run its producers $50,000. Entire albums rarely cost that much. Now that's a neat trick for the group whose first record 5 years before had been cut in an obscure recording studio for practically nothing. Here's the number one song of December 1966. Purportedly the most expensive single of all time. Good Vibrations. An oldie from 1966, Brian Wilson, the Beach Boys, and Good Vibrations. We have 14 big ones to go on American Top 40. This is Casey Kasem.
You're listening to a special American Top 40 show this week, our exclusive presentation of the AT40 Book of Records. I'm Casey Kasem. Now, let's turn a page to the hit that holds the record for most expensive number one single ever produced. Back in 1966, the Beach Boys went into the studio to cut a single, and they came out many, many weeks later with a reported $50,000 production, the costliest song produced as a single that has ever hit number one. And this is it. That's the most expensive number one single of all time. Good Vibrations by the Beach Boys.
The hits from coast to coast.
And now we're up to an 8-song medley that includes a number one smash of 15 years ago, the rock and roll classic generally considered to be the most expensive single ever produced. How expensive is expensive? Well, today, cutting a single for $10,000 or more is common. 15 years ago, it was still possible to record a whole album for as little as $10,000 or $15,000. And that's when this special song wound up costing its producers an incredible $40,000. That's the estimate that former Beach Boy Bruce Johnston gave us as the cost of producing the number one single, Good Vibrations. Now, here's how that money was spent. There were the recording sessions spread over 3 months, using 30 musicians and a half dozen different recording studios. And Brian Wilson went in there with the voices and overdubbed them and overdubbed them and overdubbed them till they were right. And when super songwriter and producer Brian was finished with his masterwork, the result sounded like $40,000 worth of the best of the Beach Boys. And that super expensive single went to number one back in 1966, justifying all the time and money and work that had been spent on it. This week, Good Vibrations is the first of 8 Beach Boy hits in the medley by the Beach Boys, debuting at number 37. And here it is on American Top 40. The 5-man group formed way back in 1961 in Hawthorne, California. 3 brothers, a cousin, and a friend who called themselves the Beach Boys. The Beach Boys medley debuting at number 37. 36 big hits to number one, and we're counting down.